Hello. This is Imi from mytradeaims.com, and I have just taken a trade on the German 30, which is the DAX 30. This is the M5 chart because the market has not been that volatile today. So if you look at the hourly chart, we can see the trend is kind of up, and then we have the hunt signal. This is the hunt seed. Can't talk about it right now, but if you have a hunt seed, there is usually a great setup on the M5. So on the M5 we have a setup one long. It kind of broke out, touched the order, it took us in, and then it's kind of pulling back. So if we switch to the M1 chart, you will see that it's took the order in there. Now it's coming back here, but in most cases it's gonna come down here and do a little bit of up and down like this and go back up, and that's what we like to see. But whether it happens or not, most important thing here is that we can see that it is a very good setup, and when it's a very good setup we don't really care whether it goes in our favor or not, whether it hits the target point, whether it hits the break-even point, or whether it goes for a stop loss. So the most important thing is that we have a setup one, wave 3 up, like so. So wave 3 up, basically on this. So we have a 3 up, comes down, crosses the zero line. Around here we think it's wave 4. This is the apple. So when you have the apple setup, this usually happens near the purple, and purple is near the 50%. So this is a fantastic entry. If I was here watching it, I would have taken my first entry here, which would be quarter or half risk of the total risk. So let's say if I was going to risk 1% on this trade or 2% on this trade, let's say I was doing 1%. So I will do 0.25 or 0.5% on this entry. And then I would wait for the setup one. Now I've entered here, but if I was here looking at it earlier, and the reason I entered here is because I was waiting for the New York Open. So if I entered here, ideally, then this would be my entry point. This is where my stop loss would be, at this box below. So I will have 50% here and 50% here. 50% of the 1%. So I'll have 0.5% here, 0.5% here. Or I could do 0.75% here, and 0.25% here, the testing entry, and then the 0.75% here. If the market went in my favor and I could move stop loss of this entry to break even and a stop loss of this entry to a better location, then I could do another 0.5 somewhere here. Now let's go to the live chart again. So as I said, it actually turned around and retested. Let's go to the M1 again. As you can see, around this area, let's do our drawing again. As I was talking about, normally when the market breaks out, it comes back and retests this area. This is where normally the beginner traders actually get scared and get out, because they can't even sustain 2 or 3 pips of drawdown, and that is not how you trade. You have to have your stop loss somewhere where you think that by the time price enters that area, you will be proven wrong completely. And that is why you have to wait. So let's go to the M5 chart. So the M5 chart, we can see that we have a 3 and a 4 and then a sideways 4. So let's go to the drawing again. If you draw a box here, see, this is the box. Now if this market comes down to this area and closes inside this box, then I know that this market is now stuck in this region. So my options are whether I should wait for it to go sideways, or whether I should wait for it to prove me completely wrong. And where would I be completely wrong? I would be completely wrong when price enters this area, out of this box, and then goes. But I'm not prepared to waste my money waiting for that, so I will keep it here. So if I keep it here, I'm waiting for price to actually go up. I think it will come here, then do a little bit of this, and then go towards the target zone 1. But if it turns around and closes inside, I have my stop loss here. So my original position was at this position. Let's do it again. So entry is here. stop loss was here, but then I have moved my stop loss up, so this has reduced my risk. Now what I want market to do is probably do a retest here, come back up, do a little bit of this, and come here. This is my break-even point. And if I put the target zone 1 up there, which should be this, drag it to this. So my target zone 1 is very close to my wave 3. And if that is the case, then I will most probably wait for it to go to target zone 2, which I haven't talked about, but I will in future videos. That's where my target point is now, about 3R. So if you look at this, this is 10 stop loss, and the target is about 35. So it's 3.5 times of my original risk. And as you can see, market is retesting the levels that it broke. Let's go to the M1 to have a quick look at it. And as you can see, there's another retest and another retest of the same area that I marked earlier. As you can see here, this is a pin bar, right? So this tail indicates that sellers brought the price here, but it was immediately rejected and more buyer kicked in. So let's see how it pans out now. It's going up. I'm going to pause this video and come back in a bit. Alright guys, so here we are. The trade has been stopped out. So as soon as I left, it started going down, and as you can see, I did not make any video in between. Reason being, it's what they call the Indian summer in England. So it's 21 degrees today. Adam is outside playing football, cricket, enjoying ourselves. Meanwhile, Snomi's ATM, the amazing trade management software that you can see over here, that you can get from www.4-exe.com. It's going to come on the screen, and there you go. You can go there and buy a subscription. Can you see this dot here? See this bit. Zoom in please, and this bit. Right, so this is the original stop loss position, and then that was the improved stop loss position. So one can argue that on this occasion, this actually backfired. You see, it just hit my stop loss and it went up. Now, if I didn't do that, most probably I would have exited break even, because around here, break even would have been triggered, and then it came down, so I would be out with the break even, a zero trade. But here I had a loss, and that's fine, because this is part of the game. Some of the times it doesn't do what you think it will do. I understand it's Friday, it's the end of the week, and there wasn't much in this market, and that's fine. We took a trade. What we need to know is this and this. That's what we're interested in. 3, 4, and then the setup one blue dot, and then most of the time it will go and hit target zone 1. Sometimes it wouldn't. This would happen as well. So it's part of the game, and the most important thing is to know that you have traded the correct setup. Pat yourself on the back, or on the bum if you like, and be happy because you've done the job. So I will conclude this video with this. Do check out this buddy. He's really nice. And yes, so this is one of the trades. I think we got to be honest about this. You see, it's not that you just win all the time. 33% of the trades are going to be losing ones as well, but they're only 1% losing ones. And when you win 3%, and you win it 66% of the time. That's what it is.
Thank you for watching. I hope you liked this video, and if yes, please hit the like button. Do you have any questions or ideas for upcoming videos? Then leave a comment. Also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so that you never miss any future videos. See you next time.